Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today I'm just going to be reacting to some more gameplay where I try to coach people. I'm in Legend, so I feel like I can deliver some pretty good strats that you can use, try to help players improve, and also the people at home watching. And of course, if you enjoyed this type of content, please remember to subscribe. And I was really excited about this one because this was actually our first ranked game that I get to react to. It is Capture the Flag, and I think we all know how we feel about Capture the Flag and rank. Nonetheless, I'll try to help out this guy. If we go look at his stats, I would say his stats are above average. Definitely, I mean, his Ruby 10. Let's say it was Emerald 2. Either way, you know, this guy is not a terrible player, but I'm glad he reached out so we can help him. The first problem that is happening here is that you are still, you know, between the bracket of Ruby and Emerald, and that is the most important bracket to be force stacking in because solo queuing is miserable on this point. It's definitely possible to solo queue, but you would have a much easier time if you just get someone to queue with you, even if it's just one other person. Capture the Flag is unfortunately the most team-oriented mode in rank. You are going to be struggling as a solo and Capture the Flag because everyone has the mind of their own. If you're a solo player out there and you're playing Capture the Flag, the best is to play dead sick so you can hack the barbed wire that is sitting on their points. It might be difficult to see of the quality, but they aren't actually playing barbed wire, so you didn't have to play that. That is usually the strat. People like to plop down barbed wire and capture the flag, so you need to use dead sick to hack the barbed wire. When you get close, you could just easily grab that flag and run away. We are looking at his stats again. This guy loves to play cleaners, but I'm noticing you are playing with the drone, and I'm not sure if that was intentional, but always play Firebomb when you can. Firebomb is just the best ability in the game right now. I'm not even joking. It is just way more situational. Now, it is really difficult to say how you should play Capture the Flag, like I said, when you're not in a team. Like, it's better for me to just say what the entire team needs to do instead of you. I'm only going to be skipping to parts where I feel like, you know, you could have done something differently that could have changed the outcome of the game completely. I actually forgot, I wanted to point out your first kill. As a solo player, it's really, really important for you to look at your minimap a lot. Like, your minimap is your best friend as a solo player, obviously in a team as well. But here you can see the problem is you are looking at the same angle as your teammate. But of course, I don't blame this on you because this guy could have easily just heard the footstep. He's probably playing on some McDonald's headset. I genuinely don't know. But skipping forward, the best thing to do on Capture the Flag as a whole is to just pay attention to the kill feed constantly. So I'm going to try to skip forward to a point where his team gets wiped, which is around here. As you can see, they are 3 down, basically 4 down. And the problem with that is the enemy team is going to start pushing forward. And then, unlike what you're doing here, you are taking a defensive position, and that is perfect. That's exactly what you want to do. You need to be so aware of what's happening and capture the flag constantly. Like, if your team has the upper hand, then you need to go in for a spawn trap, you feel me? But if your team is getting wiped, then you need to sit back and take some defensive positions to ensure that they don't get the flags in their hands. Now, the optimal strat for capture the flag is to capture the flag once and then defend the hell out of it. You just need to play like a rat around your own flag. Once you capture it, you're in a team, you need to capture their flag once and then capture it again and make sure that team member is sitting behind in your own spawn somewhere, so they have to capture your flag first and return their flag. That's 2 things they need to do at once. It makes it really difficult for them to score. You definitely have an idea of what you want to do. I think I want to say you're panicking a bit because obviously you know, you definitely do not know what to do. Yeah, like you would decide to go either left here or up here, and you decide to run close to their flag where 2 of them just died. They're going to be respawning and shooting out here in the open. Can work a bit on that recoil control, but again, I like that you took a defensive position there to make sure they don't come for your flag. And here's where you make the switch. And another thing is the problem with, you know, making a switch is that you're already like 2 minutes into this, well, almost 2.5 minutes into this, and you just decided to switch. It's always best to just play with one operator throughout the entire game unless someone in your team is asking you to switch, because the problem is you are cancelling your ult progression, or you could have maybe tried to make a play with the flamethrower ult. You're now be getting over with the echelon ult, which isn't a bad thing. Echelon ult on this map is really good. Just decide beforehand what you want to play. You're gonna have to like decide what operator you play based with on every map. Again, right here you can see 3 down, you're taking a defensive position, capturing the flag, and I want to point this death out because you're going to see this a lot in rank. You can understand you're playing against really good players. People in higher elo brackets, you know, just better people overall, like to use the nade as a way to push you into an area where they want you. It sounds crazy. Like, people will throw nades onto hard points where they expect a kill, but this guy threw a nade just to pressure you. That nade was purely just to pressure you into moving. And you can also see his name tag disappearing behind the bushes right here. So always keep that in mind when someone throws a nade at you like this, when you know clearly you can, you know, avoid this nade, and they know damn well you can also avoid this nade. They are obviously trying to push you into moving into a different position where they want you, which was obviously, yeah. And I'm guessing you did try to challenge them, which I respect. I don't know if you looked at your minimap, but you could have already placed your crosshair around here when you saw him walking here, and you would have gotten that kill. The moment you spawn in, it's always great to look at your minimap because that's the best time to look at your minimap. Good kill on that guy too. And here is what I wouldn't have done. So it's very important for you to learn spawns on this game. I'm assuming you know they spawned here, but the problem is you just killed two, arguably the two you didn't want to kill, which ended up being the TTV kids. So they're going to be in the spawn, and you are now pushing into their spawn. It's not something you want to do on Capture the Flag. You always want to try to go for more sneakier routes and not more predictable routes like just running into their spawn. Capture the Flag will always prioritize spawns to be close to the flag. Obviously, you can't flip and capture the flag, so you gotta play it a little differently and capture the flag instead of just pushing into these areas. You gotta have to see the spawns as a no-go zone. And right here, you just peeked too early with your flash, and that got you killed. Way too many people for one flash, so just keep that in mind. Now, unironically, I'm not sure if you knew this when you did this, but this was actually a really good time to push their flag, and this applies to everyone, you know, playing Capture the Flag. The best time to push the enemy flag is when the enemy is unironically in your side of the map. You gotta have two really good players on your team, one defending the flag, and then one going for the flag. You don't have to be good to go for the flag constantly. It is just about how you get the flag. Like, you could be really sneaky about it. It's all about the timing, right? Because now, look, I killed two people on this side, and the other two are in your spawn busy fighting for that flag. So, you know, from there on, you need to make the play. You need to take the best possible route away from them and then hope the guy in your spawn does a good job at killing them. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a situation where they have your flag, you have their flag. There's going to be one of those moments where your teammate actually has to go out to try to kill the guy carrying your flag. So, but this was a good play. You know, you recapture your flag, you take the time to recapture it instead of being greedy and going for their flag. Yeah, this was a perfect route to take. You are behind the cover of your teammates. You should definitely have this flag down. Good kill. Good kill. Oh, right there, right there. Big problem. I want you to look at your map more. You kill this guy, and then immediately you should just look up at your map and notice there are two other people who died here. The guy you killed blurs, didn't kill any of your teammates, so you know there's at least one more guy. Yeah? You can see him on the minimap, which I think is that spot, or you heard him. That was a great kill. But yeah, just pay attention more to your minimap so you can just position yourself a little bit more earlier towards where people are actually fighting. Those are good kills. Yeah, so right here, all that I would have done is I would just sit around your flag. You know, you already have the advantage. There's no need for you to push the flag. They have to come to you to win. So you can just sit here. Of course, for security reasons, you probably want to go grab the flag a second time, but that's no longer your job. You already got the flag once for the team. I would just sit here and defend it like what you're doing right now. You're up one flag, and as a 4-stack, that is the easiest thing you can do. You can just sit on that flag after you captured it the first time. Yeah, again, here we're just pushing into their spawn. Never a good idea on Capture the Flag. Try to avoid that. Okay, now on this side again, you just need to stop here, okay? Remember, you don't lose when you draw, okay? In fact, both teams actually get elo. The best possible outcome is obviously if you win. You gotta understand that you are solo queuing right now. The best for you would be to just defend instead of just actively going for the flag the entire time. Okay, so yeah, there's almost no reason for you to push them anymore. But now you have a problem, and that problem is exactly what I mentioned earlier. It's now 1-1, and this could have been avoided if you just defended the flag. And of course, you know, I'm not saying that you would have been the best defender because, you know, anyone could just get killed off their defending position and then they get the flag. You will get shot in your back because the guy is obviously actively coming for you. You shouldn't rely so much on your teammates' cover. I see so many people just running with the flag. I want to make it clear that if you know your teammates got your back, 100% you know your teammates got your back, then sure, run with the flag. But if someone is right on you, just turn around and shoot them. Now, I don't think you actually heard this guy or saw him at all. I didn't. But I mean, you know, overall, even if you have the flag, you should turn around and kill the guy who's chasing you. Like, you will most likely get that kill, and then you got the guy off your back instead of just running and then, you know, over time get shot and eventually die. I would only run with the flag if I know no one is behind me and I know my teammates actually got my back. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about now. This is a very difficult situation for you because your teammates are just constantly getting folded, you know what I mean? The guy popped sonar. The guy is obviously going to call to his teammates that you are running to his flag. The thing here is that, again, you know, solo queuing makes it tough, but right here is where you should have just called out to your teammates to come pull the flag even further because you are most likely going to die. The whole team is probably going to flood to you, the enemy team, and that's what happens here. You took it far enough. You got to remember something, like, you got to see yourself as not someone who's going to take the flag all the way to your spawn, because that is normally not the case. You will most likely die somewhere halfway. So you just got to put the flag in a position where it's easy for your teammates to grab it and continue on. So right here, I would have legit just ran towards my teammates instead of taking this route that you usually take to get the flag. But eventually, teammate that get it. I think your mechanical skill, you know, you can improve a bit more. So that's costing you a lot of your gunfights and possible kills. It's just overall your mechanical skill is failing you, but that'll definitely improve over time the more you play ranked. I have no idea what this guy is doing with your flag. I only just realized this now. You see, this is what I mean by solo queuing. They are obviously trying to get your flag. I mean, right now, this is way too risky for your teammate to do this. You see what I mean? Solo queuing on capture the flag is just a nightmare all around. There's not much you can do about these two animals. Like this guy, I get it. He's, you know, they actually got the flag back here.
I can't condone it, but I get it.
Again, dude, this flag carrier of yours is just so... I don't know what he's doing. He's telling everyone, you gotta respect this guy's a Chad, but I don't think he knows he has the flag. I mean, I guess they just want to go for a complete team wipe here and take the flag, but that is just such a risky play. We could have settled for a draw, you know, potentially giving them the option to, you know, score another one on you because your flag carrier is pushing their spawn. Generally speaking, if you're this guy with the flag carrier, you know, running around, killing everyone, like you are obviously a good player, but what you could have just done is run to your spawn, kill yourself with a nade and leave their flag in your spawn and then come do what you want to do right now. This is just way too much of a risky play, no matter how good you are. I mean, let's be real. If this goes south and they pop an ult on you, then what are you going to do? You're giving them a free point here. You know, let's imagine that I have a nade. All you have to do is come behind this wall and then nade yourself so their flag sits in your spawn and then you can go push with your teammates. You don't play bad. I definitely don't think you play bad. You definitely just need to work on your spray overall, your aim. Like you as a player alone, your mechanical skill just needs to get improved so you can win a lot more of your gunfights, especially against these TTV kids that are just, you know, crashing the lobby every time. To capture the flag is really difficult when you're solo queuing. Like I said, if you were forced, like I can say a whole lot more to help you. As a solo and capture the flag, the best that you can do is just be what you think your team wants you to be. Pay attention to the map. Like if you have to defend the flag, do it, you know, let them do their thing. You're gonna have to like judge yourself and how confident you are in taking like 1v4s and stuff like that. Like I said, the best option for you as a solo player in this is to play with the date sake and just hack the abilities and try to get the flag every single time. And once you got that first flag, you're set. You don't have to do anything more. Sit and defend as much as you can. And if it ends up in the situation where it's 1-1, you know, that is where you and your team needs to make the decision if you want to go for a second point and get more elo from it, or if you want to settle for a draw instead of a loss. Definitely just need to get a team to queue with. That is the most important thing. And for capture the flag, let's hope they remove it and replace it with bomb.